Your bite-sized daily roundup of the biggest news from the world of film. This is the Daily Reel with Van Connor.
Good morning, it's Thursday, April 22nd. Birthday to Amber Heard, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Jack Nicholson, and John Waters. It's the day Reese Witherspoon's Water for Elephants was released in 2011, and the day cinemas welcomed the likes of Elvis and Nixon and The Meddler 5 years ago in 2016. Today in 2021, though, here are the headlines. With the return of Sung Kang's previously deceased Han to the Fast and Furious franchise, there's one man who's eager to share the screen with him again, the nation's favourite hard man, Jason Statham. Turns out the Stath himself wants his character Deckard Shaw, aka the man who took Han's life, to square off with the Korean street racer once more. For those not up on their Fast lore, the colourfully named Han Solo first appeared in 2006's The Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Fans loved the character, so despite his apparent death, the franchise twisted itself in knots to continue including him, retconning Tokyo Drift to take place after the events of 2013's Fast and Furious 6, which ended with Statham Shaw killing Han. It's a move that came to frustrate the series' fandom, especially with Shaw later shifting allegiances and getting his own spin-off with The Rock. Soon enough, #JusticeForHan was trending on social media, with many pointing out the bad optics of having a white man kill the series' only Asian protagonist and then essentially taking his place. So when asked if he'd return to the Fast saga following Han's resurrection in F9, the Stath laughed, telling Entertainment Weekly, "They better bring me back, because I need to put out that fire. If Han's got any score to settle, it's with me." Statham isn't expected to appear in the next Fast film, but was asked if he'd be willing to return for the franchise's planned two-part finale. "I'm game," he said. "I love Justin Lin. He's a great director. I need to do a movie for him. And I'd love to see all the Fast crew. They're all great people. I have a lot of affection for them." All eyes now turn to the next installment, F9, to see how the saga plans to explain Han's mysterious return, and whether or not a rivalry with Shaw is on the cards. The film hits theaters on the 25th of June.
Dominic Toretto. You don't know me. You're about to.
Training Day director Antoine Fuqua has announced plans to helm an adaptation of Tennessee Williams' Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, with an all-black cast. The feature will specifically adapt the 2008 Broadway version of the show, which starred Terrence Howard, Anika Noni Rose, Felicia Richard, and the legendary James Earl Jones. That production's producers, Stephen C. Bird and Alia Jones Harvey, are already signed on to assist the project, which is yet to announce casting. The play tells the story of a Southern family in crisis, focusing on three key members: the cancer-stricken patriarch Big Daddy, his unsatisfied daughter Maggie, and her husband Brick, an aging alcoholic football star whose marriage is breaking down due to his sexual disinterest and repressed homosexuality. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof was originally adapted to the screen in 1958 in a glitzy MGM production starring Elizabeth Taylor, Paul Newman, and Jack Carson. However, that version jettisoned the play's critiques of homophobia and sexism and left Tennessee Williams reportedly unhappy with the final production. Fuqua's adaptation will reportedly be more faithful to the source material, whilst also combining elements of the play with additional storylines. No production schedule for this new take on Cat on a Hot Tin Roof has been set.
Yeah, that's right, you better walk away. Go on, walk away, cause I'ma burn this mother down. King Kong ain't got on me.
And finally, My Spy star Chloe Coleman is set to chuck some 20-sided dice, having signed on for Paramount's Dungeons & Dragons. The young actress joins a cast that already includes fellow youngster Sophia Lillis, along with Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Justice Smith, and Hugh Grant in the role of the antagonist. The film will be based on the popular tabletop role-playing game of the same name, which sees groups of friends creating characters, rolling dice, and telling their own stories of daring and adventure set in a fictional fantasy world of elves and goblins. Plot details are presently under wraps, but rumours abound that the younger cast will be portraying the real-world players, whilst actors like Pine and Rodriguez will be their in-game avatars. Dungeons & Dragons is aiming for release on the 3rd of March 2023. Meanwhile, Chloe Coleman can next be seen alongside Karen Gillan, Lena Headey and Angela Bassett in the all-female assassination thriller Gunpowder Milkshake, due out later this year.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a KGB agent posing as a 4th grader. My brother has 3 legs and sells crack, and my mother's a prostitute.
I don't need a machine to tell me if someone's lying.
Yeah.
The documentary Searching for Sheila and the Anna Kendrick sci-fi thriller Stowaway come to Netflix today, while Mubi subscribers are treated to the cruel story of youth. On Freeview, you can see The Man with the Iron Heart on BBC 4, Role Models and the Waterboy on ITV4, A Walk in the Woods and The Martian on Film 4, The Frighteners and Summer Camp on the Horror Channel, and Mr. Brooks and The Night Listener on Sony Movies. While the Sky Cinema and Now TV premiere for today is the war thriller Wildcat. This has been the Daily Reel for Thursday, the 22nd of April. Keep it cinematic and we'll see you tomorrow.
The Daily Reel is a Candystore production, presented by Van Connor and written by Calvin Prickett. All information is correct at the time of writing, and source links are in the description for each episode. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe on all good podcast platforms, or ask Alexa to install the Daily Reel skill for your morning flash briefing. Follow the show on social at Daily Reel Pod, and we'll be back every weekday. Until then, keep it cinematic.